I'm being challenged right now in life in a general sense. And I'm also being challenged to push through and share anyway, even though I'm really uncomfortable physically, pretty much in every way. I wanted to share because part of my job as a leader is not just showing what it looks like to be on the other side of something. Spirit really wants me to show the process and what it can look like. And sometimes it looks like feeling like shit. Sometimes it looks like feeling weighed down by the dense energy that you are transmuting. And as you're moving through it and transmuting all of it, you need to slow down. You need to stop and recalibrate, rest, and rejuvenate, restore. And if you're one of the people in my collective who struggles with a lot of physical pain because of an accident you were in, 111 on my timer, I personally relate. I was in an accident when I was 14 and I've been in a lot of physical pain my entire life since then. And the pain only gets worse and worse with this ascension. And I think a lot of us are familiar with the process of a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. But for those that aren't, when it creates its cocoon, the caterpillar actually has to die, probably go through a great deal of physical discomfort before dying in order to be reborn, regenerated, reformatted, reactivated, everything, reborn as a butterfly. And in an earlier take that I'm not going to use because my brain just wasn't working with me, I was describing it that way, and how ascension for humans gets a little complicated because we don't have a cocoon to hide in. We don't, not that it sounds like a great privilege, right? To die in a cocoon and be reborn. I'm sure that's fucking terrifying all on its own. But I just heard like the dignity, right? Of being able to go and crawl in some place and just kind of hide while you suffer. It is what makes this such a challenging experience, because a lot of us have to work. We have to support others. A lot of you guys have children, you have families, you have thriving businesses, or you're going to school, or you just have, a lot on your plate that would be enough to overwhelm someone just on its own without all of this ascension stuff. And this is for anyone that has had their plans completely derailed, their life completely redirected because of ascension. And to those people, I just want to say, oh my goodness, I know, it's exhausting. A lot of us are just completely drained. And we are heading into this new year, and I know that's why Spirit wanted me to get on here, is to talk more about this purging, this shedding of this past, phase that we've been in that's extremely dense and heavy, where I just saw us like pushing through the density of the past, breaking through the generational trauma of our ancestors and the collective at large. I can feel it in my gut. We are collectively forging that path right now. So if you're wondering why, you might feel a bit heavier, a bit more foggy, just exhausted, drained, overwhelmed, anxious, in physical pain. For me, it's my neck here. Feels like somebody's just pulling on it with claws, pulling me toward the earth, and my head feels like it's trying to make babies. Like it's pulsing and expanding, and it's because we're receiving a lot of information, yes. But it's also because of everything I said. We're being reborn. But while we're walking, talking, working, while we're still expected to be showing up as humans. So we don't get to take that break in quite the same way that a caterpillar gets to take. So if you are in this collective, or you're going through this ascension, you've been through this ascension, and you're just reminiscing and, wanting some mirroring effect here, just know that you're not alone. This is ramping up The collective, what I'm being told by my guides is that the collective is going to start experiencing what we've been experiencing, some of us, for decades now. Some of us are just waking up. A lot of you are just waking up. But there are many of you who've been here in some stage of awakening for a couple years, a couple decades, depending. And just know that this is going to be more commonly spoken of. This is going to be more publicly acceptable to discuss in an open forum like this, because people are going to understand on a more massive scale than is the case right now. And perhaps this message, thank you, Spirit, is actually for some of you that are just now awakening. You might not even know what's going on, why your head feels crazy, why you're exhausted all the time, why you're in pain, why you can't stop crying, or why you feel so much emotion, why you're having flashbacks of the past, why you're having flashbacks of the future, why you're having visions, hearing voices. You're not crazy. This is called Ascension. And it's a pretty much uncharted territory at this point when it comes to a mass awakening like this. This is not something that's ever happened before here on Earth. So we don't know what it's going to look like for every individual to transition into this new space. But I can guarantee you one thing. It's not going to be pretty. It's kind of like demolishing a building in order to build a new one. It's going to get ugly. It's going to feel violent. It's going to feel destructive and terrifying at times because you don't understand what's going on. If you're an animal and you see a building being destroyed, it's the end of the world. You have no idea. You don't know how to comprehend that. This video, I guess, is to help those of you who don't know what's going on understand where you're headed and what to expect in the future and how to navigate this with grace and as much courage as you can. And just remember to listen to your heart, listen to your intuition, and if anything feels off, go inward, meditate, ask your guides for guidance. Get into a meditative state every day, multiple times a day if you can. Ground in nature, draw, do yoga, be physically active, go for long walks, find the beauty in every day. And if you're in a lot of pain or you're physically incapable of doing some of the things I'm saying, find other ways to help you relax and feel grounded and safe. Whether it's playing a singing bowl, listen to other people playing singing bowls, doing some chanting, again, listening to other people. There's so many resources that we have now at our fingertips. This being one of them, of course. Go utilize this beautiful world of resources and educate yourself, or at the very least, invest in yourself, indulge in your well-being. Set aside any guilt about not being productive. Set aside any judgment on what you're going through, and know that you're not the only one going through this. It's not something happening to you. It's happening for you, and really it's going to be for your benefit, but it's going to be uncomfortable in the interim. And in case you're wondering, like I said, this is an uncharted territory, so we don't know. Nobody knows how long this will last, and even people that think they've made it to the other side, there's still more shakedown, I'm being told. Nobody's fully there yet because everything's changing around us constantly, and on an energetic level, it's going to impact everyone, period. That is what I'm hearing. So buckle up and don't judge the process. You are safe. You're loved. I'm here to support those of you who need some guidance through, our Patreon community or mentorship, personal readings. I'll put that information below, but sending so much love in the meantime. Just know you're not alone, and breathe. You are that butterfly. Just know that this struggle will be worth it, okay? All right, see you next time.